President Trump now ordering the Kennedy Center closed for 2 years. It was just weeks ago his hand-picked board for the center renamed it, the memorial to JFK after he was assassinated, the Trump Kennedy Center. Tonight, the president says it will now close to be renovated at a cost of more than $200 million. Here's Rachel Scott.
Tonight, as audiences decline and artists pull out of performances, President Trump announcing he will shut down the Kennedy Center for 2 years for a top-to-bottom renovation.
It's in very bad shape. It's run down. It's dilapidated. It's sort of dangerous.
The Performing Arts Institution was conceived as a living memorial to President John F. Kennedy. Last year, President Trump declared himself as chairman. And about 6 weeks ago, the center's board, which he appointed, voted to rename it to the Trump Kennedy Center, a new sign going up the very next day. The president now saying the center will close in August for a $200 million makeover.
I'm not ripping it down. I'll be using the steel. So we're using the structure. We're using some of the marble, and some of the marble comes down. But when it's open, it'll be brand new and really beautiful.
Critics note President Trump made a similar pledge when he launched construction for his massive White House ballroom. He ultimately ended up tearing down the entire East Wing. Tonight, members of the Kennedy family outraged. Maria Shriver saying this is all happening because entertainers are canceling left and right, and that the president hopes closing the building will get everybody to stop talking about the fact that everybody's canceling. It comes as the president remains fixated on the 2020 election, which he lost. Even tonight, saying this.
I won that election by so much. Everybody does it.
Last week, FBI agents raided the election office in Fulton County, Georgia, carrying out 700 boxes of records, including ballots. Tonight, sources tell ABC News President Trump personally spoke on the phone with those FBI agents. Sources say the call was arranged by the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, who was there on the scene. President Trump lost Georgia in 2020. President Joe Biden defeated him in the popular vote by more than 7 million. And the Electoral College, 306 to 232. It wasn't close. The president now says elections, which the Constitution says are to be run by the states, should be nationalized. That Republicans should, quote, take over the voting.
The Republicans should say, we want to take over. We should take over the voting in at least 15 places. The Republicans ought to nationalize the voting.
Tonight, the Senate's top Democrat sounding the alarm.
You think he believes in democracy? Does Donald Trump need a copy of the Constitution? What he's saying is outlandishly illegal.
And David, we're told Tulsi Gabbard was on the ground in Georgia at the request of President Trump. Those federal agents now going through the ballots and voting records from 2020. But again, the president lost that state. There were 2 recounts and the election was certified. David.
Rachel Scott live at the White House tonight. Rachel, thanks as always.